Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We took that right and now we are in downtown Chlorakas. Yes, we are. Chlorakas quite a big place, by the way. You've got the coastal area down by the beach, Chlorakas, and you've got uptown Chlorakas, which is where we are. And you've actually got, if you were to go left there, I mean, take any left along this road, and you go into the older part of Chlorakas, and that's been sort of made one way, and they put some fancy cobbles down there, and there's little restaurants and cafeterias and the odd gift shop along the way. Now, if you want a hand car wash, that could be the place for you. If you want a bit of woodworking, that could be the place for you. So we're going to keep on going a little bit, and what's coming up down here? Chlorakas Paphos supermarket. So if you're in a villa or an apartment around here, perhaps on your holidays, and you're not too familiar with the area, well, coming up here is Paphos supermarket. And then on the right hand side you've got SOS computers if there's something wrong with your computer, and if you want some insurance for that car that you've stolen, you've got top quotes on the right hand side. You pop in there and ask for Miss Sam. She's the girl in charge of the show, and there's a few other girls in there as well, but Miss Sam is my superstar. She really is a superstar. I've known her quite a few years now, and she trained as an insurance agent and she's risen to the top. Oh yeah, she's now the manager of that branch, and she's the most efficient young girl that I've ever come across, that's for sure. She's probably only about 27, 28, and she started as a young lady, and she's a very, very talented girl indeed. And if you are listening, big morning to you, Miss Sam. Superstar among superstars. So we're going to keep on going, and eventually we're going to wiggle and waggle into the area known as Chlorakas. And if you keep on going, as we're going to go, we're going to drop down to that coast road, and we're going to clip the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea, and we're going to head out towards downtown Coral Bay. That's where we're actually going to go. Right, what a beautiful day it is, by the way. You may have noticed there's a little bit of dust in the sky, but that's going to go in the next couple of days. Although tomorrow, I don't want to upset you, but they have actually forecasted a little shower or two in the morning and the next day. So if you watch us on a daily basis, you understand that we are in the middle of May, and we can get a bit of chopsy mopsiness in the weather. But don't worry, if you are coming in June or July or August or September, the thought of rain, well, you know, I mean, shoot me if you come back and there is rain going on, but I don't think we'll get any rain. If you're looking for that spectacular holiday, Paphos has to be the place for you. If you're coming for a weekend, a fortnight, or perhaps even the rest of your life, Paphos has to be at the very, very top of your list. So a big shout out to some of the superstars who do now and again come back and watch the show. Mr. Tommy and Miss Rebecca, all the way out in Paya. We met them on the promenade about a week ago now, and they've retired to downtown Paya, originally from Scotland, and he's a bit of a porn star, and he was a great, well, he was a superstar amongst superstars, and it was a great pleasure to meet him. Also, it was a great pleasure to meet an English gentleman that had come all the way over from Malta, and he's gone home now, we understand that, but you never know, he might come back now and again, because he was a star amongst stars, and he had a very, very good head of hair. And when you finish with it, send it over to me in the post, because I haven't got that much. Right, downtown Chlorakas, as the sign says, and you've got a fruiteria, as they call them in Cyprus. So that's a fruit shop, mini market, and those kind of things. And if you're getting a wedding and you want a fancy cake, well, on my left hand side behind this van is a cake shop, and it's called Love Island Cakes, and they make spectacular cakes if you're going to have a wedding. And there's various other shops around here, so if you are residing in this area, you've got a bakery, you've got a fruiteria, a little supermarket, Love Island Cakes. You've got a Kissos over here, which is a rather nice shop that sells flowers and plants and all those kind of things. So there's something for just about everybody. And just further down here, there are one or two little restaurants and cafeterias. So you don't really need a car if you live in this area. Everything is here. But of course, if you want to go to Paphos, well, there's a very, very good bus service which will take you to Paphos or perhaps out to Coral Bay. So you probably could get by without a car. But I would say you would be wise to buy a little run around or something like that. For those special days when you want to go to Paphos and perhaps go to the harbour and the promenade. It just makes it that little bit easier. This is a brand new vet surgery that's opened here, and it looks very, very good. They spent an awful lot of money on it, so one would assume that the vets and the service in there will be exceptional, as it normally is for our little curly friends, isn't it? I think they get better treatment than we do, but of course the bills can mount up very, very quickly indeed. So, Midtown Chlorakas on a very, very nice day indeed. If you're wondering what the weather is, by the way, the weather girl is back from her little break in Kos, and well, if your name is Miss Dawn, you got a husband called Mr. Sean, you got a little cat called Miss Daisy, and a very, very clever dog called Bobo. The weather today is in and around 24 degrees, so it's not bad, is it? Now, talking about that very, very clever dog called Mr. Bobo. Why is he a very, very clever dog? Well, now and again, he pops into the back pocket of Mr. Sean, who believes that he's his owner, but I think it's the other way around. I think Bobo is the owner of Mr. Sean. And anyway, he pops his little paw in there, takes out the wallet, and takes out that plastic flexible friend with Mr. Sean's name on it, and he goes and clicks through to our About page, where he finds the little Buy Me a Coffee icon. And what he does now and again is buys us a coffee or two. So he really, really is a superstar. And the other night, you're not going to believe this, he actually moseyed on down to somebody else's house. Oh yeah, he did. And he had a rummage in a Mr. Christopher's pocket, and I think Mr. Paul was turning a blind eye, but anyway, he had a rummage in Mr. Christopher's pocket and took out his plastic friend and went and bought us a coffee on that one as well. Wow, what a clever, clever dog he is. So a big shout out to our superstar Mr. Bobo, and of course a big, big shout out to the superstars Mr. Christopher and Mr. Paul. And when you come to Paphos, don't forget to hunt us down on the downtown Paphos promenade, but it could be our great, great pleasure to have a sit down and have a chat. And if you are looking for us and you can't find us, drop it in the comments and we'll arrange to meet up. And that's how it works, because we'd like to meet absolutely everybody. And I can't bear the thought of people strutting up and down the promenade hour after hour, hoping that we'll turn up. Because of course we will, but of course how can you know what time it is, and how can you know where we are? Miss Karen, hopefully we will bump into you today, because you've missed us once or twice, haven't you? So drop it in the comments and we'll come chuchka dancing down the Paphos promenade. I'm the idiot in a blue hat with a pair of black sunglasses, and more often than not I have the blonde beauty, the prancing, the dancing, the professorising Miss Ochin Gracivia-Labouth on my right hand side. Although, as the PM Paula Marie has noticed, and now and again she does vanish into a shop or two. And I'm sure Mr. Jim understands that as well, because I'm pretty sure Paula Marie does exactly the same thing. Superstars amongst superstars, and we hope you had a great, great holiday in Paphos, and we know from the comments that you're coming back in September, and we look forward to seeing you all over again in the downtown Paphos Harbour area. Let us know where you're staying, and you never know, we may go and pay a special visit to that hotel, especially for you. Where are we? We're joining the coast road. We've come from uptown Chlorakas to downtown Chlorakas. That's the Bayside kiosk. If you're looking for somewhere to hide from the boys in blue in the night, that could be the place for you. But unfortunately, they like to hang out there as well, because they understand that they like a frappe and a cigarette or two as well. Coming up on the left hand side is the CU Beach Bar, and that's had a bit of refurbishments, by the way. It's some new decking and some new chairs and some bits and bobs, but of course the spectacular view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea is exactly as the same as it was before, and it takes your breath away. Now, big shout out to some superstars that do love that bar. And of course, I think he's sitting there now pushing some drugs or something like that, because he is the superstar known as Daniel Mahoney. And we all know now that he has got a little bit of sweetness in his life, and we know she's recovering very, very well, and she's looking forward to coming to downtown Paphos very, very soon, and we're looking forward to meeting you. Who is she? Well, she's the sweetness in our life. She's the sweet girl on the Breakfast Club, and of course her name is Miss Sherry Bright, and she's always right, because we've told Mr. Daniel to listen very, very carefully to her. Otherwise, we're going to chuck you in the blue Mediterranean Sea. So good morning to you, Miss Sherry, and we hope you are feeling very, very well indeed. And hopefully June, July, you'll be in downtown Paphos, and we'll join you at T&J Fish and Chips if you want us to, or the Paphos Diner, and we'll have a bit of a chuchki dance and a chin wag along the way. Look after Daniel, he really is a superstar amongst superstars. Where are we now? We're on the main road that takes us from Kisonaga into Paya, and of course in Paya you've got the spectacular beach area of Coral Bay. You've got Coralia Bay as well, and many people understand that Coralia Bay, let you into a little secret, is actually better than Coral Bay, but don't tell the people in Coral Bay. Anyway, Paya is a massive place, by the way, and as I tell you many times, lots of people holiday here, and lots of people here are retired, and lots of people here are relocated to here, and then they go off on a big bird or a boat and they go to work in the Middle East and various other places. Some people even still work in the UK, but come out here to retire, if you understand me, or their wives are here, if you understand me, and their children can be in one of the rather good schools that are in and around Paphos. So Paya, it's a big place, and Coral Bay is part of Paya. Sea Caves is part of Paya. St George is part of Paya. Do you understand me now? Yeah. So I call it 4 different districts, but it's actually all one district, and that is Paya. And then you've got Paya Village, Lower Paya, and Upper Paya, where the gods live, as they say, or as we would say, where the rich people live. Because as you climb up that mountain, oh, those prices start to climb. Here we are in downtown Paya. We're going to take a left down the Coral Bay Strip, especially for James Henry and especially for David Potter, because they like to know just what's going on in their favourite place, which is Coral Bay. Here we are, Coral Bay Strip, on a truly spectacular day. Les Amis, that's the new restaurant on the block. The Rio Grande is next door to that. Some of these restaurant names I can't even pronounce, but there's quite a few of them. If you've got a broken iPhone or you want some accessories, iCave, that's the place for you. You've got Zetta's Bar, you've got the Coral Bay Health Clinic. Hope you don't have to go in there. Santa Maria, probably the best fish and chips in downtown Coral Bay. Chalky's Bar, you've got the Kikos Bar, you've got souvenir shops and supermarkets. I think you get the idea. Anything you want. If you want to be braided, there you go. That's where you would go on the left-hand side. And if you want the best breakfast, you'd go to this place, Othello's, on the right-hand side. And it really is a great breakfast. And Demetrius is a superstar. His mum, Miss Sue, is a superstar. And his dad's in the kitchen there, cooking away. Obviously got some helpers, but Mr. Michael, big shout out to you. So downtown Coral Bay, and there is the blazing salads, especially, and I mean especially, for Lord Ritchie, all the way over in sunny Bratislava. Big shout out to you, Lord Ritchie, and of course Lady Zuska, and hopefully we're going to see you again later on in the summer. Well, towards the end of the summer, isn't it? They're going to come dancing, and we're going to get them prancing on camera, especially for you. This is the drop down now. That's your final stop there for a coffee or a cake before you start to get down to the Coral Bay Beach, which is going to be coming up on our left hand side very soon indeed. And luckily there's a tree-lined road, as you can see, so you can walk in the shade as you prepare yourself with sun lotions and creams for a beautiful suntan, as you bask in the sun, as you sit and admire the beauty of the blue Mediterranean Sea. Well, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, want to hit the like, click the subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of our complete and utter madness. One final big shout out to some of the superstars. Dave Ann, good morning. Hopefully you're on your sun lounger to the rear of the Alexander the Great. The superstar, the greatest lawyer in downtown Poland. I can imagine she's very busy at work. Our superstar, Miss Anna Starr. She really is a legend, and she really is. And of course, a good morning to Mr. Thomas, her husband, and a very good morning to my friend Mr. Bart, who is going to be the second greatest lawyer in downtown Poland. So thanks for watching, and of course we will see you again very soon. And as you've noticed, there's some very erratic drivers on the road, and they're all in a big hurry, and I have another one stuck up my bottom. So for that reason we will go that little bit slower, just to annoy him that little bit more. There we go, Gumbaro. There we are. What an idiot. Thanks for watching, and of course we will see you again very, very soon.